All right, it looks like we're live here. You have to work with me today because I'm trying a bunch of new gear, but it would suggest that I'm live. So, if you are joining me, I would love it if you could drop a comment, and that would just help validate that this whole model is working right now. And in the meantime, this is the first live stream that I've done in a long time. So, I'm not expecting a ton of people here. Um, but I also have some stuff that I want to talk about and some announcements and some plans. So I wanted to do it this way. And it'll also be recorded. And then I'll get into some other stuff here on my list that will take it to maybe even the next level. So for the first thing, I'll just a quick intro to myself. Matt here. I haven't been on YouTube in a while. I got a bunch of videos, but I haven't been posting much lately. But anyway, I run the American Edge, which is a sharpening business in Lee, New Hampshire. And I started that in 20. So I started sharpening in 2015. I started the American Edge in 2016. I'm recording this right now, December 27th, 2024. So it's been a bit. And 3 years into 3 years into that sharpening journey, I kind of had an epiphany, and I was like, "Shoot, man! Like if I had known what I know now when I started, I could have saved a lot of time in getting going." So that, coupled with a few other things, led me to start teaching how to start a sharpening business. And then I got started working with a few people, and then it was like, well, I shouldn't be working with each person individually. Like we can all work on this together. So I noodled on that for a while. Anyway, that is what grew into the Guild of Professional Sharpeners, which is ultimately the biggest thing I'm pushing right now. Like I definitely still sharpen a lot, and we can talk about in the future like what the American Edge looks like. But the thing that like I'm passionate about, and the thing like the change that I want to make in the world, is to bring more sharpeners onto the scene, um, because of a lot of reasons, and we can get into all those as well. I got to note that there's a few people that have joined me by now. If any of you are with me now, if you could leave a comment or something, just so I could get a little bit of validation that this is getting out there, audio is good. Any sort of feedback like that would be greatly appreciated. Um, so anyway, that's what got the Guild of Professional Sharpeners going, and that's 2020 is when I put that together and we launched that. Um, and so it's been several years now, and it's grown pretty steadily over time. I think it's a good community. I think it's a great community, actually. I have a tendency to attract really awesome people, and they're all very helpful. And I'm very confident that for those who are looking to start a sharpening business, it's well worth the money. And we can talk about how that shakes out, like the financials of it as well. All right, Be Willing and Reader Gout, I appreciate you both coming out, both being here, but also just rogering up and saying that the stream and the audio is coming through good. So I appreciate you for that. Thank you. Couple of things that I'm working on getting into here. First off, this I'm working my way through a list. I have a list here that I'm working through. The one thing is like what I'm working on isn't going to be perfect, right? If I waited to perfect this thing that I'm working on in my head, then I wouldn't launch it. So and I actually want to offer that as a takeaway. It's one of those things for sharpeners. Like you spend time honing your skills, and then at some point you have to put yourself out there and say, like, I'm ready to turn this into a business, exchange the skill that I've acquired for money. And that can be really hard to do. And that's the spot I'm in right now with this recording. What's up, Bubba? Appreciate you, brother. Jason, been a while, dude. Yeah, awesome. Cool. Thank you. Appreciate you both for dropping in or sticking around. Appreciate you. All right, so this isn't going to be perfect, but this is what we're trying to do. First off, right now it is the last Friday of December 2024. It's the last Friday of 2024. And I'm choosing this day to go live because my plan for next year, 2025, is to do monthly live YouTube sessions here. And I'm going to do them on the last Friday of the month. If for those of you who know me, like, like I end up packing quite a bit into life, which is, I think, great, but also like I have to be careful at how I schedule my time. So this was something my wife and I spoke about. I pitched it to her as an idea, and she's willing to back me up on it. Last year, rolling into 2024, I did a series, 30 days to your first paying customer, and that took up some extra bandwidth of mine, but it was only a 30-day thing. And anyway, this year I'm trying something different, and it's going to be these live YouTube sessions on the last Friday of every month. In those, what I hope to bring to you is I'm going to cage each YouTube live session with a topic, something that I think is relevant to really my target audience. The people I really want to get in touch with are the people who are thinking about or are in the beginning steps of of learning to sharpen and or turning that into a business. I'm really excited about people bringing in their own forms of revenue, and that's who I want to get in touch with. I want those people. So like, it is amazing like, I feel like I don't know how to describe how amazing it is to have people drive to my house and lock money in a box at the end of my driveway. And I don't know how else to get on a soapbox and be like, why isn't everybody doing this? And there's a ton of opportunity, not only nationwide, like I'm in the US, but like we're international in the guild now. And there's no reason why I can't. Like, if there's a community of people, every person uses cutting tools. So there's an opportunity to be the sharpener to the people around you. That's what I'm stoked about. And that is so in addition to the a topic that I will get into on YouTube, I also want to take that time to promote the guild. And that's one thing that I haven't been good about in 2024. And if I'm working on a project that I'm excited about, then I need to talk about it and I need to share what we're working on. So that's how I'm going to do that. And by including the topic of the night, I'm also going to include a discussion about what's happened in the guild the month prior, and then also what I have, the vision we have looking into the month coming up. So those are the main things that I'm going to include on the list of things to talk about on the YouTube lives. I'm noodling on other ideas too. Like, I think it's really fun to celebrate the other sharpeners. So I'm thinking about doing like a sharpener of the month and just kind of highlighting their business if they're interested in that. So some sort of member shout out like that. I'm giving myself the space to take it in any direction that feels good. So if you happen to be here or catch me any other place and you have an idea or something you want us to get into, please let me know. Right on. Hey, Paul, what's up, man? I appreciate you stopping in. Thanks so much. That's awesome. Okay, so that's kind of the plan for what these YouTube live sessions are going to be. One thing I did want to mention is some of the inspiration that has come to me to do this has come from working with Score, and I haven't worked with them until the last 2 months or so. And I can't really describe what they do, but I encourage you to look them up. It's a business coaching service, I guess. But anyways, I was reaching out to them for the January theme, honestly, and then it didn't really pan out that way, but it ended up turning into an opportunity to get like a sounding board and talk about business and get some coaching. So that's been awesome. And we were talking about marketing, how to get the word out with the guild. And they were like, I kind of had this idea brewing in my head, but picking the frequency was kind of hard because I know like you're supposed. It's good to show up like weekly at least, but I honestly don't really have the bandwidth to do that. So we chose to try doing a monthly thing. So I just mentioned that because if you are in the business space, if you've already got your sharpening business going and you just want another sounding board, score seems like a good thing. So I just wanted to plug them on that. Okay, so the next thing I want to get into here is just kind of an example of the past and the future. And I didn't take as much time, excuse me here, as I wanted to prepare for what went on last month. But one thing that I really enjoy with the guild is our group meetups. It's an opportunity. We do it on Zoom, and everybody can come on and either listen in or ask questions or get involved or share stories from their business. And so last month, December, I did 2 group meetups. Those are just live, unscripted. Everybody comes and hangs out, and we talk about all things sharpening. And it's impossible to not get a nugget of something really cool from just hanging out with a bunch of sharpeners. In addition to that, I got 1 office hour session in. So the current model, the model in 2024 was every Thursday we would meet up on Zoom, and the first Thursday of the month it would be a group meetup. The second Thursday would be office hours. The third Thursday turned into just being another group meetup, and then originally the fourth Thursday was a live sharpening in my shop. That turned out to be the juice wasn't worth the squeeze, so to speak. So I turned that into a second office hours session, which I really like. And I can talk about what those are in one sec, because some of that is going to get moved into 2025, which I'll talk about in a moment when I talk about January. But the other thing I just want to celebrate the people who have invested in themselves, right? And I got Corey, Patrick, Chris, Don, and Matt have joined the guild in December. And that's a big move. I don't underestimate every single person coming to the guild, and I really want to see them succeed. So I have built this method of helping them as much as I can. It's not possible for me to be a personal business coach to each individual, but between the community, I make myself available for the group calls and the office hours. So there's a lot of opportunity to ask questions and get guidance. And so I really hope all these guys run with it and are able to find their version of success, because that's just another thing here. Like no 2 people run the same sharpening business, right? Like we all sharpen differently. There's no perfect way, and there's no like universally perfect sharpening business. I really encourage people to take the time to design what that business should look like for them in their lives, and then make that happen for them, and not get distracted by what other people are doing and what they think they maybe should do or whatever. Okay, so that's all I have. There's a running, like we always have conversations going. I also did launch today. I compiled a list of themes. So I shared with the group today what the themes are, the monthly themes for 2025. So that went out today, and I'll use that as a segue into what I'm looking at for January of 2025. I always use the turning of the calendar year as a time to reflect on what I've done and what I would like the future year to look like, and then also try to think out longer than that, 5 years, 10 years, like 20 years. Like it's just so hard to think, but like if we can project like what we would like our lives to look like that far out and start working toward it now, it's really amazing what we can accomplish. There's a saying, I think I heard it from Tim Ferriss, but we overestimate what we can do in 1 year and underestimate what we can do in 5. So I do like to put some energy into thinking about what 5 years might look like. Anyway, so the January theme is going to be visions and goals for success. So I have already I think I've drafted some articles already, that will get launched throughout the month to stimulate thought and idea and conversation. We are going to have a group meetup first Thursday in January. I'll be doing office hours. I think I'm going to stick with the 2 doses of office hours per month. So that'll be the second and fourth Thursday. And the design there, the idea is for the people who are enrolled in the courses, in the growth plan or the lifetime plan, or are working through the courses, maybe in the earlier stage of getting a sharpening business going, but it doesn't have to be. I'm totally into helping people grow their sharpening business from whatever scale they're at. Anyway, the office hours is that place where it's dedicated to them. So as the group grows, there might be a sense of intimidation or shyness of asking questions in front of the whole group in a group call. And I want to just get ahead of that by making this space, office hours, one where we can talk about the most elementary thing, and we'll talk about it for as long as we need to until it's understood. So I will be doing 2 more of those office hours, and in large part because that, again, is like, that's what fires me up, right? Like getting people to build their own revenue stream and get money, like making your own money. I feel like it's so awesome. And what up, RDB from Ohio? Appreciate you, man. Thanks for being here. Got 13 of you live with me today, and just pause here. I just really deeply appreciate you taking the time to tune in and hear me out on this. And certainly let me know if you have any questions. The other thing that I have lined up for January, which I'm stoked about, is the 3rd Thursday is going to be an interview. So I got a business coach named Karen, not associated with SCORE, 2 different things. Kind of amazing the way it all worked out. Sometimes it seems like there's a saying that when your heart is true, the universe conspires to help you. And this is like one of those things where the universe was just like, boom, here you go. And anyway, that was getting in touch with Karen. It was, she's from Main Street Coaching and, forgive me, Main Street Coaching and Consulting. So she is a business coach, and she is going to come on to offer coaching to the members who show up for that. That'll be the 3rd, that's January 16th, 3rd Thursday of the month. And that's not like her talking at us and like, that's like her like asking questions of the members and being like, like, here are some ideas. And she and I have spoken a bit. So we've already crossed that, like understanding what the community is about and understanding what people are working on. So we can leave that behind and get right into working on the coaching, the business side of it, the building the vision. I'm writing a mission statement, like really trying to put pen to paper on what is it that we are doing, like, and why are we doing it? I think that's so important. Without knowing that, we can, it's like the metaphor with the ship without a captain. Like if we don't plan on where we're going, then we're just out there drifting around. Like, so let's plan that out. That doesn't mean we can't deviate from our plan, right? But having a plan is very helpful. And actually, one thing that came up today, Buck, who's he's an awesome member of the guild. There's this idea, moving the goalpost. Buck has done so well growing his business, but now he's at the point where like, okay, like I made it, and like, now what? Like move those goalposts out. Like what's it going to look like from here? Like I reached the end zone, and now I got to step onto the next playing field. So it can happen to us no matter where we are at in the journey, and it's valuable to think about it. Okay, that is what I'm looking at for the month of January, and there will be we'll be doing more themes throughout the way. Okay, last thing here. All right, what's up? That must be Ken. What's up, man? Thanks for being here, Ken. Appreciate you, dude. Yeah, it's awesome. I'm kind of getting towards the end of the messaging that I wanted to convey. Oh no, I'm not. Shoot, I totally meant. Like, here's the other thing that I'm going to be doing, and this is one thing I'm stoked about. So these get recorded, right? And maybe you probably see that StreamYard. logo up there. I have not. I'm on the free version of StreamYard right now. But the idea here is that these are getting recorded. I'll be able to pull the audio out of these live streams, and my hope is that I can. I'm going to pull that audio out and push it as a podcast, so that the material that we get into on these live streams will turn into a podcast, which will be available in any podcast player. Now, this makes me want to make sure I remind or mention that all of the calls that we do inside the guild are recorded and they are available. So I always think about that person who is coming in with a bunch of energy and they want to hit the ground running, and what they're doing something maybe a little monotonous, whether it's driving, it could be cleaning, it could be whatever, but they can bring up those the conversations that we've had as a community, put their earbuds on or like hook it up to their car and just listen to conversations between sharpeners for hours. We've been doing this for years, so there are tons of hours worth of conversations between sharpeners. And again, like, it is not possible to spend a bunch of time listening to sharpeners talking and not learn about this craft. So that's super valuable. That's an aside, though. That's going to stay inside the community, but these live streams will be pushed out as a podcast. I have another idea too, but I need to bounce it off of the community before I put it out here. So there may be something else coming there, but anyway, this will turn into a podcast, and I'm going to call it the Knife and Tool Sharpening Podcast. So look for that, and if you see that in your player, or if you find us through that, please let me know. All right. Okay, one last thing here, that because I brought them down, I want to talk about them. I didn't fit them in very, with a lot of grace, but I got these are the best self journals, and I've pushed these before on other podcasts. I hold them as like this key to success. For years, I've done the navy blue version. And this year I decided to kind of go crazy, make 2025 this coral version. But anyway, I really do believe in these. I have not given them the degree of attention they deserve. Excuse me. All the time in perpetuity, but I'm hoping to go into 2025 with, actually, this is the one for the first quarter. These are 13-week journals broken up into quarters. So I've already labeled like the page dates and stuff. So I feel pretty committed to trying to make this happen. A lot of times I overcommit myself, but I'm going to do the best I can. All that said, like, my priority always, my family is always my priority. So if you ever feel like you get shafted because I go to my family first, like, that's just the way it's going to be. And then I also do still have a job, and I do have, that's what floats the family for now. So that's, I split my time up in several ways, but I really enjoy this project, and I really believe that it can be something awesome. I think it already is. There's a lot of people who've really positively gained from what we're building here, and I think we have a lot more room to positively impact people's lives. So hopefully you hear this and you think you might be interested in that as well, and then we get to work together. So anyway, that rounds out this live session. If you, just thanks so much again for being here. And if you're catching the recording of it, just know that I still do really appreciate you. And I'm honored to work with everybody that I got a chance to work with. So thanks for that. And reach out anytime. I'll leave all the contact infos below, and guildofsharpeners.org is where you can find us. All right, that's it. See if I can figure out how to turn this thing off. Peace.